So the Detroit Lions are outside the playoffs looking in. Bears win. They go to 9-3 on the season. This team started 0-2. Now, let me be very clear. Ben Johnson does not get a pass for staying in the North. That's a dirtbag move. No pass. But I can't believe I'm about to say this. I got to give him credit. Starting 0-2. He got 6 Detroit Lions players on the team, ex-Detroit Lions players. 0-2, being able to not only lead your division, have a good chance to win your division, and be one of a very few amount of teams that start 0-2. I believe it's less than 20. It's less than 25 for sure. That you start 0-2 and you make the playoffs. And I'm going to listen, the gloves is off, bro. They've been off for me for a long time. Brad Holmes is arrogant, and it's going to cost this team. It's going to cost this team in the long run. He's arrogant. We owe $1 billion to 9 people. One of those people, y'all don't even want on the team. You don't even want Jared Goff on the Detroit Lions. Brad made that decision. Brad made the decision to tie up $1 billion in 9 people. Now, let me paint this picture for you. Detroit Lions fans have been bruised and battered. We were one of the worst teams in the National Football League. We get Jim Caldwell. We have Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn fires Jim, brings in Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia destroys this team. All the hard work, all the team building that Jim Caldwell did, ripped it up. Ripped it up. Both of them 5 years ago today. As a matter of fact, 5 years ago tomorrow, it was officially on a Saturday, but I think the date is today. 5 years ago, Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia were fired 5 years ago today. Here's the spicy take. Here's the spicy take. Dan Campbell, love him. Take the points, get an OC, not named Johnny Morton, right? And I was Team Johnny, but obviously it ain't working. Get an OC capable of spreading this offense around. Do that, take the points. I'm good on Dan Campbell. Brad Holmes, however, Brad Holmes is a different story. And here's the spicy take. Are we so high on Brad Holmes because of where we came from? Meaning, because we came from Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. Now, Bob Quinn helped build the offensive line that we have now. He took Frank Ragnow, and I think he took Taylor Decker, if I'm not mistaken. Are we so high on Brad Holmes because of where we came from? Is that a legit question? Is Brad Holmes the guy that's going to take us all the way? I am starting to not believe that one bit. Everybody can change, and Brad needs to change. And I'm going to tell you right now, bruh, it's a couple things this channel right here, this is not SOL, but we're bringing a different vibe, bruh. The Lions are on the outside of the playoffs looking in. They're going to probably have to go 4-1 to make it to the playoffs. They beat the Bears once. They play them the last game of the season. The Bears have a 2.5 game lead on them right now, right? So not only do they have to beat the Bears, they also have to so right now, they are already 2 games behind in the win column. That is a big deal. They might not be able to overcome it. We have the Rams. We have the high-powered Cowboys that's fighting for their playoff lives. We have the Minnesota Vikings that theoretically we should be able to beat. We should have beat them before, and everything's going to be on the line. It might be lost by the time we play the Rams or the Steelers. I'm not going to cap. The Lions could be. This is when their first 2-game losing streak could happen in 3 years. And not only that, a 3-game losing streak. We play the Dallas Cowboys. We play the Los Angeles Rams. And it is very possible that we just jump right over 2 games and lose 3. 10-7 is not going to make the playoffs. 11-6 might. And at the end of this season, there needs to be a reckoning. Here's the reckoning I want to see. I want to hear that Sheila brought both the guys in. Say, listen, we extended you. You got 2 more years. I want to know a plan. I want a plan. That's what I want. I want a reason to justify the highest ticket prices in the NFL. Now, all those people that were talking about dynasty, don't you look stupid right now. You had the nerve to talk about that Brad Holmes is building a dynasty and we ain't won nothing. And on top of that, how you going to build a dynasty without a D line? D is in dynasty. We need a D line for a dynasty, bro. I want a reckoning this offseason. And that reckoning is Sheila and her mama on the scooter. They bring both them gentlemen in. I bring them in together. And I say, you guys are doing a great job. We got to have a conversation. I send Brad Holmes out. I talk to Dan Campbell. I say, listen, I'm going to need this from you. I'm going to need you to take the points and get an OC. Can you do that for me, Dan? We love you. We love you. Keep them Applebee's commercials coming. Keep the Sam Bernstein commercials coming. We love you, though, right? We love you. Okay, that's all. We'll see you next year. Tell Brad to come on in here. Bring your cell phone in here. Brad Holmes coming to building. I want to know, Brad, why didn't you make a move at the trade deadline? Why you been ignoring the D-line and the edge rusher position? What you going to do about that, big dog? Here's what I want to see. I want to see growth. That's what I want to see. I'm a little nervous. Because William was too involved. Martha, she was okay. But Sheila not doing none of it. She got guys doing it for her, right? She got people. Don't forget, a hiring firm or they hired a firm or somebody to bring these guys in. So Sheila is like, she's not as hands-on per se. But we got to see something. And I got one person on my Brad Holmes, man. Enough is enough. Nobody cares about where you brought us from, bro. All of that, I told y'all it was going to be gone. I told you that novelty of being a good team, when you get shown up by a team in your division with a first-year head coach starting 0-2, there is no excuse for where you are. And if the Bears eliminate the Lions from playoff contention and the Rams win the Super Bowl, it is going to be something to pay. I'm telling you right now. If the Bears make the playoffs, the Lions don't, and the Rams win the Super Bowl, it will be an explosive offseason. I'm going to tell you that right now. Lions got 38 guys under contract. 38 guys under contract for next season. 5 of them are on the D-line. 5 of them are on the D-line. It needs to be a reckoning next year for sure. Any Lions fan that is content with this, I feel sorry for you because you don't want anything else. This is fine for you. And you know what I'm feeling, guys? I'm not feeling like this yet. To me, this is dead. SOL is dead to me. I don't even feel SOL, but I feel like some people is starting to creep back in. It's starting to creep because you took those 2 years for granted. We went from basement dwellers to a contending team to mediocre in a 5-year span. And it hit you real quick. All that talking that everybody was doing. I never forget in 2023, we make it to the NFC Championship game. And you know what I heard? This blows my mind. We're in year 3 of a rebuild. That's one thing I heard. The second thing I heard was we'll get them next year. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And what did Brad Holmes do at the trade deadline? He traded for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Oh, yeah, that's right. He tried to trade for Danielle Hunter. Ain't you getting tired of what Brad tried to do? I know I am. So, again, it's gonna be an explosive offseason because it's already shaping up that way. Let me show you what the playoff picture is looking like. Shout out to the super chats. I see them. I'll get to them in a second. Here's what the playoff picture is looking like. The Rams, who we play in about 3 weeks, are the number 1 seed. They have a 99% chance to get in the playoffs. I think they are going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. That's what I think. The team that made us go live, the Chicago Bears, after starting 0-2, have gone 9-1 in their last 10 games, are now the 2nd seed. The Eagles fall down to the 3rd. They beat the Lions. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they going to hold on to this spot. The South is trash. The Seattle Seahawks, number 5. Remember I said that it was going to be a few teams it was going to be 3 teams either from the West or the North. Now it's going to be the West. The West is going to have 3 teams, period. And the Detroit Lions are looking like the team not in the playoffs. The Green Bay Packers, a 91% chance to make the playoffs. The 49ers, 84%. You know who's up next? Your Detroit Lions, 43% chance. And all the media pundits, all off season, all we heard was that they expected the Detroit Lions to miss the playoffs. And guess what? That's what happens when you don't properly build the team out the right way. When you keep ignoring obvious glaring holes. And when you pretend to be the smartest man in the room. That's what happens. And this is 43% chance, ladies and gentlemen. A team that has Super Bowl aspirations. A team that plays the Dallas Cowboys, 18. They beat us, that goes up. It's going to be a long offseason. Be ready for it. Be ready for it. I see the super chats. I'll get to them in a second. So I think that the novelty of becoming a good team is wearing thin. And it should. It should. We deserve more. Lions fans, you know what I hate to hear as a Lions fan? I hate the word relax. I hate the word patience. Neither one of them are applied to us. Neither one of those words apply to us. We have been patient enough. We have relaxed. There's no relaxing to a team. The only NFC North team to never appear in a Super Bowl. The oldest team in the NFL to never appear in a Super Bowl. Some people believe that we're not going to know what we have until it's gone in Brad Holmes. That if he leaves, we're going to regress. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Because very similar to the Golden State Warriors. Brad had helped build the team. Remember Bob Quinn? Bob Quinn was building the team. 2 of our 3 anchors on the offensive line came from him, right? So who's to say that somebody else can't pull a okie doke, come in, finish the job? It's going to be a long off season and a very explosive one. I appreciate y'all. Go Lions. I'm not in the mood to say my usual outro, but I still mean it.